welcome to another Blueprints playthrough stream. This is 39, and this will be the last one. This will definitely be the last one. Still haven't gotten Classroom off screen. What I mean is getting the ninth room. Because I'd be apparently able to do that to get the test. And I've tried a couple strategies and nothing's working. So really the only thing I've done, I think since the last stream, is increase the spiral for the observatory room. I've enjoyed it, like I said this many times. I've enjoyed playing this game. I highly recommend people play it. But from a streaming perspective, it's getting to just be a grind. I'm not finding anything new. Like when I first started playing it, and for a while when I play it, I would get new rooms, I'd find new places to go, I'd try different things, and there was this slow but kind of steady enough drip of information, of discovery of new stuff, and that kept me going within it. The last 4 or 5 streams I've been getting kind of bored, and at some point I'm going to have to just look stuff up and go, if I want to dive in more into what's there, I'm going to have to do that, because there's some things I just cannot figure out. Or what do you need to do to make this happen? Like, for example, I got the second chip that's in one of the vases in the entrance. I was like, oh, cool. Well, where's the third one? Is that in something that's breakable? Is that somewhere that, like, I did that purely on luck. Just because I think I had the hammer and I saw the vase. I'm like, is it breakable? Like, I had a Resident Evil moment. I'm like, is that breakable? And I just went up to it and the hammer icon showed up. I'm like, oh, you can break these. So this one had the chip. This one didn't have anything, which I felt was kind of weird. But whatever. I'm up to 102 with my allowance, stuff like that. I tried getting the armory because I was like, oh, maybe I can hack off the gem requirement for Classroom. But you can only do that 3 times, and then it won't show up unless you start another playthrough, which I have no desire to do. And maybe that is something that I have to do. Maybe that is something you have to go, you know what? If you want to make more progress in the game, you're going to have to restart it and play with a different strategy and different things in mind based on what you learn. And if that's the case, then again, I have no desire to do that. I'm not going to, I've already invested, I don't know how many hours into this, and I just don't have, if that's a game mechanic in play to some degree, then that's a shitty game mechanic. I don't find that to be very enjoyable. So, again, it sounds like I'm complaining, and I'm not. It's just speculation. And I think, again, because I've gotten to the point where I'm really not finding stuff out, and I'm starting to grasp at straws to go, is it this? Is it that? Can I do this? So the strategy I'm going with is I'm just going to go and walk out to the whatever that outer room is. And if I get Classroom, then I'm going to actually, because I have the king power again, I'm going to choose black rooms and not blue rooms, because if I think if I choose blue rooms, then that actually makes it harder to get the classrooms, especially the 9th one, because Schoolhouse gives you 8, but it doesn't give you the 9th. So, and there's very little black rooms that I get. So I'm like, if I draw those out and away, maybe that can get another one to show up. I don't know. Maybe what I need to do is keep trying to find green rooms. Because if I can get conservatory, maybe the classroom will show up on that, and I can make it common or something like that, But this is where it just becomes a grind. It just really becomes a grind, and it's like, okay, I didn't get this, fine. We're going to call it a day, and we'll move on to another day. And that's just not fun to watch from a streaming perspective, nor is it fun. I mean, it's okay if I'm sitting here and I'm watching a streamer or I'm watching something else at night. I can just kind of play this for an hour or so and try a couple different things, and then, oh well, didn't work, But I think just from a viewability perspective, this is just, I don't even know why I'm going for that if I'm just trying to go get the room and see what it is. But if I'm just going to try out different strategeries like that, then there's really no point in streaming that. So I think I know what I'm going to do next. I'm like almost positive I know what I'm going to do next. And of course, this gets to be a problem because it's not like changing up what I want. And I've got to remember also, if I keep doing this, I'm eventually going to get around 365. And then since you start in like November, you have to start being careful about, I want to get the boudoir. I keep saying it like that. And I want to see what's in the Christmas Day gift or gifts or whatever you get there. Because I know that's something and I missed the date. I didn't put 2 and 2 together when I got that. So, yeah. I'm just kind of playing this for like an hour and a half or so. I've got my self-defense karate tonight, so that'll wrap it up for me. And then I will move on Saturday to something new. And I think I know what that's going to be, but you'll have to find out. So just trying to get the schoolhouse to show up. And once that does, then we'll try blue rooms. And if that doesn't really get us anything, then, or not blue rooms, we'll try to get black rooms and then black prints. And if that doesn't work, then we'll maybe try to get green rooms and see if we can get conservative. Why am I going for that? It's habit. I always go for my allowance, but yeah, I think I played this so much, and it's unlike something like playing Silksong or Hollow Knight for long as I did, because those are very action-oriented games, and you have to be very, you have to be thinking a lot. You have to be doing a lot of the controls and stuff like that. There's no action. There's no way you got to fight. There's no boss to overcome. There's nothing like that. So it gets repetitive. As you can see right now, it's getting very repetitive for me because I'm trying to get the classroom. I'm trying to get the schoolhouse so I can have classrooms. And, just not coming up. And I also don't know, am I missing something? Like in, was it Cloistier or whatever that green room is, that if you press the 2 buttons, then that's what lets you get inside of it. And I found that somewhere in a map or a note somewhere. And, was that always something I could do and I just never noticed? Or does that only happen, like only if you read about something does that now open up? I have no idea. I mean, I guess I could make a new game, and although it would take time to get to that room because I don't think it shows up right away. So I think it would be a little time consuming to get there. And so that's why I think also playing this offline, I'm going to start just looking things up and be like, just questions I have about the game, because I know there's a lot of information out there about it. So, hey, schoolhouse. Okay. So now let's banner it up and we're going to do black. Is this a good strategy? I don't know. If anybody watches this, wants to put in their 2 cents, go right ahead. I'm a little bit more open to ideas. I don't think flat out like do this or do that even right now, but somebody might say that was a great strategy. Somebody might say that was a pretty shitty strategy. Why did you say that fast 10 times? So, classroom, but that's a gem, so I also have to have a way to get gems. And I bet if I sat there and I wrote down every room and what its, possibility was of being chosen. See, now I'm already down to nothing. I mean, yes, I got the 2 rooms. That's great, but I can't make another one if it shows up. Well, I get Den, so that'll help. because at least I get a gem that way. So let's go this way. We can go to dining room then. I can't. So I'll just go circle around. This is also a thing, like I have more than enough money. You know, I have loads, and I'm not going to open that because I don't want to take the risk right now. But I have loads of money. Like if I get the commissary, I can usually get all the tools I need. And typically gems, if, you know, those are showing up in the commissary. But like I don't want to do treasure trove right now because, again, I don't need the money and I don't want to spend the gems. I need a way. Great, I got classroom again. That's exactly what I want, but again, now I'm out of gems. So, wah. Life's hard. Okay, so 1 times 1 divided by 1. Gee, what's that? This is it's like 11 thirds plus 11 thirds plus 11 thirds, which would give you 11, but then it's got the half there. But is that the half that you do at the end? So if it's 11, no, 2 is multiply. So it would be 11. Yep, okay. Nice, we got the key card. That's always giving you the option of continuing on from foundation, which somebody told me once. Yes, you can reset it. There's a way to do it, but I'll be damned if I know. Gotta do chapel. So I need a strategy or something that can make it so that getting gems is not as difficult, or like it's easier, because then if I can get gems, I don't have to worry about if I get classroom. Do I get you know, then I don't have to worry about do I have enough gems or not, because right now I'm on none. And I only have 1 key, and I still haven't gotten commissary. See, now I can't do it. And run is done. I'm screwed. Oh, no, it's not, because I could... okay, I'll get double the keys, so let's do that, and then I can go through and do the... and I got 2 more gems. So, again, not broken. We're not busted yet, but... All right, we're going to have to run out and go up through the elevator. Typically, I'm not hurting for steps. I'm typically not hurting for coins at all. But it's when I do runs like this where it's like, I really need some gems. And I don't know of a way to get that so that I can either easily get a bunch of gems, and also, again, this is where I'm starting to overthink a lot of things. That one image that's like, you got to remove the 11th one, or remove this, whatever that was that you find downstairs. And it's like, I started thinking, do you have to do something where you like need to get one of these forklifts over? But that didn't make a lot of sense, because they all have stuff on it. You can't take the stuff off of it, you know? So, I don't know. Overthinking my things. So. And we don't have a shovel either, so we can't dig for anything. Okay. Observatory can, but it's going to decrease my steps. But that's okay. Let's see what the spiral does to me this time. No, I don't want you. And gain 1 coin for each day. Holy crap. Wow. See, this one is good because you get the key and the gems, so now my gems have gone back up. That's good if I get commissary, and this is good if I get a green room. But, and then Drax we don't like. But it's just that you lose steps, so it's like there's this trade-off here of if you get this room. Actually, I want to look at the 1 key and 1 gem. And then I get 1 coin for each day, and I'm at 160, so now that generates a huge amount of coins for me. Sure. Why not? Up to 4 here? Yeah, 4. Okay. Let's do a redraw. Oh, yeah, let's chance commissary because I have the key card. I can go through there. I've got enough keys. But I really hope that it has gems and or keys. Fuck. Well, we do get the sledgehammer, so we can do that. And everything is, you know, fine. We'll just take all this. Fine. A risk. Probably an unnecessary risk. But we did have the box in the what room was that? Was that library? It was one of the first rooms that had just had a random box in it. And I was like, no, I didn't want to open that. But wait, where am I? I am facing the... Okay. God, if I could do attic, I would, but I can't because that kills the run. I'm going to ignore the money and this. I just... And see, damn it, I can't do classroom because it goes the wrong way. Will, I don't know if you're going to watch this or not, but I might message you and be like, hey, can I just, like, text you on occasions? I got to do Rumpus Room, but that's a gem. That's the only way to continue to go. Well, I'll take it, but now we're down to 1 gem. We have to go find that box again. And hope there's, like, 2 gems in it or something. Is there? No, that was just the... Sure. Yeah, without having a good strategy to get gems, I'm kind of effed. I really don't have a way, like all that space down there now too, I can't do anything with because I wasn't able to draw that way. Maybe I should do that. Instead of picking black rooms or black prints, I should pick green prints and see what that does, because I have corridor, which would give me more gems and stuff like that. We'll do kennel. I can't do either. And Parlor kills it. So we're done. Okay. Yeah, there's nowhere else for us to go. So, all right. Maybe I'll try that. If I get Schoolhouse, I will pick... the dogs are still barking. If I get Classroom, maybe I'll pick Green. And say that has a bigger chance of getting drawn. Of course, I'm not going to get Schoolhouse now because I highly doubt it because I just got it the last time. So, anyway. I definitely need to do something that's more action-orientated. Just mix it up again and do something that's not a puzzle game. I love puzzle games, and I don't mind streaming them, but I want to make an offer. Let's actually do that. Hold on. Old man bending over. Never thought I'd call myself an old man, but, you know, here we are. Oh, it's all in your mind. No, it's also in my age. Where are my notes on the blessings? Here they are. Okay, I'm going to try 14. Oh, God. Okay, I forget. Okay, so maybe I should have realized, yeah, it would have been nice to actually have my money. Oh, well. My money. And yes, I found that if you take your money out for the shrine after you've got the blessing, you get cursed, which is fine. You just basically, you get cursed for 2 days and you just have to call it a day a couple times in a row and clear it out. It's not a big deal. The only thing that would suck about it is if you were, you know, trying to get the Christmas Day gift or whatever that is, and who knows. So we wanted to do 14. Because some of these I don't know what they are, and they seem like they double. Blessing of the Monk. If you call it a day in a room in your house, you have the opportunity to draft that room from the grounds the following day. Oh, okay. So that's if you call it a day in your house. Now, I'm assuming that also means not this, I like the whole state, like this room too. You'll have a chance. I'm not going to write the whole thing out because I won't have room to draft room next day. Okay. All right. And it seems like, and maybe again, maybe this is something that's explicitly stated somewhere. I mean, I could pull the blessing out and then call it a day 2 or 3 days in a row and start over again. Be interesting to see if Shrine comes up now next time because I was in there. But it seems like they like 1, 2 is the same, 16, 17, no, I'm sorry, 17, 18 is the same, 1920 is the same, 2021 is the same, I'm sorry, 21, 22 is the same, 1920 is the same, 17, 18 is the same. So it's like, why did they do that? I don't know. Maybe I'm, you know, then I look at this and I'm like, is there something secret on this? Do I have to turn something, you know? And then there's things I forget that I saw many moons ago. Yep, well, I got Shrine and I got Schoolhouse. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want to call it, okay, this might be interesting. Let's do Banner of the King, and I'm going to do yellow because that might actually help in terms of getting commissary and stuff like that, which are very helpful. But what I just realized with this blessing is that if you get it and you get Schoolhouse next, what would be nice is that you could start in a room. At least you get the classroom the next day. You know what I mean? You have to get Schoolhouse twice though in a row. I'm just going to get the gift shop out of the way because there's nothing I can do in it. But then it's out of the draft pool. Pick that up. And it begins. Again, I don't have a lot of class. I don't have a lot of stuff to my name. So I'm hoping... This might give me a gem. No, it gave me a... Well, Lucky Rabbit's Foot. That's not too bad. Yeah, because right now it's just this and that, which we can't do anything with. Do that. It's a gem cost. Let's see what's going to be in here. Hey, gems. We'll take everything. Okay. If we get storeroom, the only thing that's going to help is classroom, but we do get a couple of other things going in here. So. Okay, let's head our way back. Does the library have anything in it? It would be on that table. And I don't see anything on it. So, okay, we won't waste a step. Thank God I can redraw. Grab it. Well, it's a key. Can't complain. Oh, great, more keys, which I can't complain about either. Oh, the coupon book. Okay. Neither one of those help. God, I'm like stuck. I'd love me a classroom, but I can't do that. I've been watching a streamer, the Gray. Oh, what the hell is his name? I forget. Oh, that works. The Gray Scott. That's it. Yeah, it took me a second. And he's been trying to do Nightmare Permadeath and Alien Isolation. And he streamed for like 12 hours straight yesterday. It was insane. Yeah, let's take Parlor. Take our chances. And I was watching him off and on throughout the day, and then last night I got to the point where I'm like, I need to get to bed and I'm tired. And he had done like 2 or 3 runs before that, and then he would get killed. And when I saw him doing the last one, he had done something where he got really lucky about something. I forget what it was. But, he even admitted, like, this is the worst run and I'm still going. Like, I still get, like, it's like he's getting these breaks. Oh, it was the armored guy in, like, the mall area after you jettison the first alien. And in Nightmare, that guy is a nightmare because you can kill him, but it's really, really tough because he's got all the armor on and stuff. And so he somehow got a Joe to walk up there, actually go in to the area where the guy was, and then the Joe killed him. It's like, that was great. That was awesome. But then I went to bed, and turns out he actually did do it. He figured it out. Not figured it out. He got the achievement last night. That was pretty cool. The gems are in the white box. Maybe. Statements with the word white are always true. Maybe. The statement on the white box is true. Well, if this is true, statements with the word white are always true, then that means the gems are here, but then the statement on the white box is true. They're all 3 are true, so that can't work. So let's say this is false. So the statement on the white box is false. This is false. Statements with the word white are always true. That's false. So then this would be false. It would not be in the white box, and we don't know where they are. Well, but this is true. The gems are in the white box. That's true. Statements with the word white are always true. That'd be true. Statement on the white box, and we're back to square one. But this is the only one that tells you where the gems could or could not be. These other 2 don't tell you anything. They just tell you something about it's true. If this isn't true, you don't know whether it's this one or this one. So I'm going to say it's got to be this. Bing bong. And I will take that because getting gems could help unless we get screwed. But I'm going to end the day here, and with that blessing, I'll at least get a chance to... yeah, I don't have the key card, so I can't keep going. But we'll be able to at least have another classroom in our drawing. But it's only for one day, for the next day. So unless we get Schoolhouse again, which is going to be really, I would say, difficult. Although, let me try something this time. I'm going to try to influence this a little bit. Be an influencer. I'm going to pick blue right away because blue is... Schoolhouse is a blue print. So, maybe, even though that would make more blue rooms available and that would make it hard, we know we're going to get 8 rooms. It doesn't mean they get drafted, though. That's the problem, is that it also... And that's the thing I just realized I screwed up on, because even though if I would get Schoolhouse, that gives you 8 rooms plus another room, but that doesn't mean that, yeah, like, well, drafting in Classroom... No, I'm sorry, this. Wait a minute. That's interesting. I just don't that it showed up here. I don't know if I've ever seen that here. Maybe I have and I didn't realize it. What does that mean? I'm going to go with schoolhouse, but that was interesting. I've never seen that show up before. Well, and now we probably screwed ourselves because we're probably not going to get enough gems to... Now let's pick gallery because that has 2 gems in it. We'll do reading nook because that gets us a key. It begins. All right. I'm going to take wine cellar because that's 3 gems, and that's a good... We don't have a hammer. We don't have anything to open it up with, but we will if we go in here. Den gets us a gem. But we're already getting kind of screwed because we need this to allow us to go both ways. That's fine. I'm going to pick the kennel. Hey, Electron. Hey, Ray. How'd your test go, Electron? I'm going to pick Observatory because that can get me more stuff. So I like stuff. By the way, just want to mention to you guys quick because you've been showing up for some of these streams. This is going to be, since this is your last stream, would you like to know what curse mode of Blueprints does? Hold on, let me do this first, then I'll answer your question. But yeah, this is going to definitely be my last stream of this. Gain 1 coin for each day spent something or other. Well, at least I got 9 gems. And this and that, which is nice, and that, and that. Okay. 3 and I have a math exam today. About 4 hours of chemistry. It was not good. It was hard. Okay, understand. Well, the curse mode, I mean, that's if you open or break that box when the shrines open up, and then it does all sorts of, like, I have to be honest, I didn't read all of the instructions or what happens, but it sounded very cursed. It sounded very hard, and I was just like, I don't think I ever want to do that again. But and I did spend last night when I was playing, I got Planetarium, and I just sat in there for probably like half an hour, and nothing happened. And I don't know if it's because they have to line up to look like the planet's here. That's what I thought. But I'm like, they just didn't. And I guess like you have to let it sit there for like 20 hours and hope they align. I don't know. But anyway, and we're screwed. Yeah, getting blue rooms with this, It's tough. Oh well. Call it a day. I don't want everything told to me just yet. I mean, like I said, I will probably start looking more things up. I looked up how to do the Moragi box in one of the Sanctum rooms because I didn't see that if you had, I think, a white next to two grays, it would flip the other two, and I didn't catch that right away. And so that was making it harder. We no longer have a blessing. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things that's like, would it do this? Could, like, I also looked up, can you get the axe more than 3 times? Because I did it 3 times, and then I'm like, if I can axe it from Classroom, that'd be great. But then I wasn't getting the axe at all, and so it's like, no, you only get it. See, like here, music room is showing up here. What the heck? I just want to do this because it's like, what in the world? Like, I've never... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. If you call it a day in your house, you have the chance to draft the room next. I think it made us said in the outer room. Let me give you a nice name. Oh, I didn't, you know how cleared it. I don't know why. But maybe it's that it gets actually drafted here, which would be weird. All right, call it a day. No, call it a day. No, call it a, that's easier to get to it from there. You know, and I don't want to fall into the trap of you got to play games that are like scary or action packed or whatever to stream. It's like, no, I don't mind that, but I like also streaming games like this because it's fun. But I feel like right now I'm at the have the blessing. I had it. I no longer have it. I didn't think I had it on the last day either. That's what was confusing, but I must have. So, anyway, but it's just getting to be kind of a grind because, you know, you're ending the stream? No, not right now, but I'm just saying this is the last time I'm streaming this game. This weekend, I'm going to start a new game, a different game, wholly entirely different game. I probably will, like I said, I will probably play this on my own time and put in like an hour here or there, and just if I want to waste some time. But I'm not going to stream this game anymore. Because it's getting very repetitive at this point, and I don't feel that's very. Which one you're going to have to watch? You're going to have to find out. I will say it will not be another puzzle game. That is for certain. That will be true. Not another puzzle game. I may do another puzzle game in the future. Like when I know the Seventh Guest, the remake or whatever is coming out soon. It's like, well, I also want to do that because I think that'll be fun to play. Kind of nostalgia, even though I don't remember a damn thing from playing it when I was a kid. Speaking of being a kid, I found last night I got kind of on a deep dive and just was looking up. Sometimes I do this occasionally, like looking up names from people I knew in high school, whatever. And there was a guy that I played in bands with. His name was Tim. And just looking up like what he's doing with his life these days. And okay, I'm just going to pick this because I'm curious about what different blessings are. I'll get back to the Tim thing in just a moment. So we know what, let's do 12. What's this? Tinkerer. When you draft, trigger your current experiment. Okay. A mechanical room. Trigger your current experiment. And that's also something I could do is just grind this out, is just come in here, find out what these all are, take the money away, get the curse, but then just call it a day a couple times, clear it out, and then try to get the shrine again and then see what the other ones are, you know. But I don't want to do that either. So play Resident Evil. No, I'm not interested in that. I mean, I've watched people play the games, and you know, I find it fun to watch streamers play those games. There are some games that I just don't have an interest in playing, but I have no problem watching people play it. And Resident Evil kind of fills that. I don't really have an interest in playing that game, but or any of those games, but they look cool, so. Hubble out of the way, I guess. Hubble's a weird one. I haven't been. I don't think I've come in here like hardly ever. I get the room and then I'm like, I never. Wait, what? Yeah, there was. Okay, so it is one of those. I must have done it and I just forgot it was the back one. Because I knew it was the one in the apple orchard. I knew it was the one in the schoolroom. There was one where the gems are, and I just forgot that this was the fourth one. So, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, I had hardly ever come in here once I... Wait, there's a note here? Nine ranks, 45,292. Coincidence? I think not. The hell does that mean? To try Detroit Become Human. That's not on my radar. I've heard of it. I don't know really much of any of it, but 45,292. Coincidence? Well, 4 plus 5 would be 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2, is 0. What the hell is that? Why? I never noticed this note either. I'm sure it was here all the time. I just never noticed, but I need a page of random facts. Oh, laundromat, power to the room. I did do that. It gives you like a special laundromat that has all sorts of things on it. I forgot what they were. But I did do that, and I wasn't like highly excited about what I saw there. So, oh, if I take a blessing away, I tried that and knew that. Yeah, I need a separate paper that's just like random shit. The workshop we already did. We got all the things in there. Now we could do it here. I'm going to title this section Random Thoughts. They're not to-dos, but just things that I found. Hovel. We had 4 blue, 5 blue, 2 pink, 9 violet, because we can't have a P there, and 2 yellow. That equals 0. Coincidence? Why? I'm glad I came in here because I just, stuff that I've never spent even remotely the time looking at. Other than I just vaguely walked in here, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I get. Yeah, special floor plans. Now cost additional footsteps. So, yeah, that would be nice to get rid of, like, costing gems, but I need the schoolhouse to get the 8 schoolrooms in there. Conundrums. And like, what other things have I walked by and not even realized that it's something I could do or do something to? Like, again, those vases in the entrance room. It was just by pure luck one day I just said, hey, I should just try smashing them. And I went smashy, and then yippee. Hey, Heater, good to see you. Last Blueprints, I'm going to be playing off stream. Yes, I will. I'm going to start up a new game on Saturday. Oh, I should just call it a day and move on. I'm not like stopping streaming. I'm just going to stop streaming this game. So I will be playing it off camera and just trying to grind out some things or look some things up. From a streaming perspective, it's been fun. Like, people like you and other people have showed up, and it's interesting, and I do like that. But this game has become more of a grind, more of a thing that I feel like I don't. Like, it was interesting going into rooms different days, and you suddenly get a new room, or you open this gate, or you do something in the apple orchard. Like, there's always this slow but steady drip of new stuff, and that just has kind of gone away. All right, so let's do our strategy of picking the shop. And hopefully we can get some stuff to shop with. And so I don't think that's very interesting to watch from a streaming perspective. I don't think it is. And it's not just, the streaming thing. I also do this because you get to meet people. Like, you got somebody in here from India. There was somebody from Portugal, Pingvino. He's shown up, and, they get other people to show up from different places. And it's cool. I find that to be an interesting thing to do. So it's not just like it's the game, but then also you get an opportunity to meet people online and just, see if they got a similar interest in stuff. So I like that. But it also needs to be, I think, somewhat interesting and like progressing to something every single time you play it a little bit. Otherwise, it feels like it's a grind. And I'm going to take bedroom closet because I might get a gem in there. And I don't. But I get a lucky foot. So I got that going for me. Love to see attempt dare mode or curse mode. Well, yeah, I don't know what they... I mean... I don't even think I can do dare mode yet. Because I don't even know what it is. No, did I? Maybe. Well... That stinks. Well, there's an apple there. I'll grab it. And there's a key here. I might as well grab that too. But I guess it's one thing that, you know, I'm starting to get maybe a little bit open to listen to things because I mentioned this before. I do like trying to figure stuff out on my own head. God, I'd love to get storeroom, but I can't because the run endeth. How many countries have I visited? Only 2. There's Canada and Mexico. Those are the only other 2 other than the U.S. They got to keep in mind, though, the U.S. is like Europe in a lot of ways in the sense of just pure geography, and like you go from one state to another, you know, it's like hitting a bunch of countries in Europe, and the states here can be fairly different from each other. The U.S. is a very interesting place to live at times. May you live in interesting times. But the thing I was going to say is, my wife and I are thinking of, you know, if the stars align and things are, you know, hopefully going better with the state of my country, that we can go to Europe next year, because next year is our 30th wedding anniversary. And I'd like to go to Sweden. She wants to go to Ireland, and both of those places are fine with each other. So it might be interesting to try to do a long vacation in Europe over the summer. We're thinking about that. So then we would get two more countries on the list. Am I the only Indian that you know? I know there's lots of people that, I mean, and I have to be really clear. I do not mean this in a stereotypical way, but the industry I work in, software development, you do have a decent amount of Indians that work in that field. So I've definitely met a lot of them. And there's one woman off the top of my head. She works now we worked at the same consulting company for years, and now she's working for a different consulting company, but I still see her once in a while. We have a mutual friend that has a New Year's Eve party, and she'll show up to it. But anyway. Oh, I don't have that yet. And the run's done. Probably a bad choice to pick. I should have redrawn, but oh well. Let's call it a day. You can unlock dare mode in the gift shop, I believe, if you haven't already. Then I must have, because the only 2 things that I haven't gotten from the gift shop are, well, and don't tell me if the blue tent does this, but I don't have the blue tent because I don't have 8 trophies yet, so I can't get that. See, there's a lot of things that I feel like if I only got one more thing, it would unload a whole bunch of other stuff for me to do, but I can't get it to happen, you know. There's that, and then the video game, the Dirigibles or whatever that is, coming soon. So those are the only 2 things that I don't have in the gift shop. But, and maybe this is like, I'm trying to think of strategy, and I just can't like figure out a way. Like I got 7 trophies. I just need 1 more, because then I can get the blue tent. You know, and I know I've got to find the 3rd computer piece. I don't know where that is. I got 2 more Sanctum keys to find, but I don't know, even if I did, I don't know what all the territories are, or at least if I did and I don't realize it, I don't know all of the colors and roads and all that other stuff for all of them. So if you start a new save file, it'll tell you what modes you have unlocked. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try Schoolhouse again. Okay, so let me chat. Let us reason. I actually took those scenes out of OBS because I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore. But I'm kind of curious. If I want to get this 9th room, if I want to get Schoolhouse and all the classrooms to at least be able to try to take the test, what would be, and maybe this isn't the right thing to pick, but what would be a good banner to get? If I get blue, I feel like I overload it, and then it becomes harder to get those. If I was getting black, the black prints, then I figured, well, then the classrooms would have still a better chance to be picked. So I'm kind of sitting here going with the strategy. How do I get this, with the 9 school or the 9 classrooms? And I do regret that I should have used the axe on the classroom, because then I didn't have to worry about gems, and now I do. And again, like I said at the beginning, I have no desire to start a whole new game over and start from scratch and be like, okay, build it up to where you can get the armory, and then make sure that you hack the gem requirement off the room. Or you could get the bracelet from the showroom and then just make sure hope you get coat checked so you can check it every day, but then that removes the requirement to get gems. So I'm kind of looking for a little bit of strategery here. What do I do to kind of see to make it more of a possibility to get the 9th room so I can take the damn test? Because I've also said to myself, if I get the test, I'll probably try to take it, but before I don't know if you submit it or what, I don't know how it works when I get there. But I'm assuming it's like a test that you take, and then you have to say, okay, submit it. And if you get it all right, then you get the trophy. I think I'm going to try to answer that as best as I can, but I'm also not going to submit it without looking it up either, because I don't want to get to that point again. So if anybody's got any suggestions, I'm all ears. I know I don't have a lot of people listening right now, but I am reaching out to chat at this point for a strategy on this. And also, I've looked at the other trophies, and this one seems like the most reasonable one for me to get. If I look at like the blueprints one, or like getting all the directory, like I've got all this. The bedrooms, I think this all you need is 8. I've got that. Hallways, yep. Got all that. But I'm missing 3. I don't know where 3 floor plans are. So I'll just say, if you're trying to get day trophies, the final exam is one of the hardest. Oh, really? Hold on. Hello. Thank you. Can I ask a favor? Can I have a glass of milk, please? Thank you. I got my Thursday dinner, so I'm going to have to eat a little bit here, but that's fine because we can talk about stuff. So, okay, Heater, I will take that under consideration. What would be easier? Because like curse mode seems like it would suck. And maybe I have been going about it all wrong. See, I've gotten to grade 8. I've actually done all the rooms, but I don't... That was my wife? Yeah. No, it was just some other random woman my age that she just comes into my house once in a while. She picked up some food on Thursday, so... You think dare mode would be? Huh. Reach 46 in dare mode, but I don't have dare mode. I know I don't. So I don't think I can do that. Like maybe Curse Trophy isn't that bad either. But you know, who knows? Thank you. Yes, those are the.
I know.
Oh, I don't need either. Thank you. Appreciate it. I also got some cookies sent to me from a former coworker who is trying to start up her own like cooking instruction business, and she sent me some oatmeal raisin cookies like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, those are great. I said, make me some more and I'll pay you. And well, she can't actually ship across state lines and let me pay her because that's actually, you have to have a different like license or something to do that. But she can send cookies or food just as long as she doesn't get paid. And I said, I'll pay for shipping and that's fine. So if you only have tents and Georgia blocks left, then you should have dare mode. But how? Oh, it's the Dare Bird Trophy. Is that the big bird in the master bedroom? Is that what that is? Because maybe you're right. But how you get into that mode? Like curse mode, if you take a blessing away, you get into curse mode. If you open that box in there, you get into curse mode. I don't know how to get into dare mode. That's the thing I think I'm kind of missing. Oh, you have to start a new save. Okay. Seems like a lot of work. What is the drafting strategy sweepstakes? That one I don't even know what that is at all. You have to do separate saves for Dare and Cursed, and then you can transfer the trophy over to this save. So, but you're starting over without having any of your tools or capabilities, right? I mean, you're literally starting over from day one, and like I wouldn't have my allowance, I wouldn't have all the extra rooms outside. You have to get 20 dead ends in one day. Oh, that's Dare mode? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I am thinking of, yeah, that I did see that. I guess that's one thing that's been a little confusing is if you got to do something like I realize with the day one or the trophy of speed that, like reach room 46 in one day, that you actually have to start a new file to do that. But you don't have any of your outside rooms or your allowance or anything like that, right? Oh, 20 dead ends is the trophy of drafting. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Interesting. I could see where that would be hard. Because almost half of your rooms would end up being dead ends. So you have to be really careful about where you put them. So The classroom one, I'll get to playing in a second. I'm just trying to eat my food here. The classroom one I thought would have been easier because I've been able to get to classroom 8. I was like, if I could just get one more. Okay. Correct all those things. You start from scratch. True, but I don't know why. I don't know why that's like personally bugging me that you have to do a whole different save just to do some of these things. I don't know why. The 20 dead end ones would be kind of interesting. Because how would you actually really control that? And the sigils, the 8 rooms, well, I'm still missing 2 keys. And it's like the one clue is like the 8th key will be behind the last of 8. And I'm like, that doesn't, like those rooms, what does that mean? 8, what are you talking about? The test is very difficult. I might just look at, like I said, I might just look it up. But I'm just trying to look through these rooms real quick. There's 4 dead ends here. Garage, I guess, is technically a dead end, wouldn't it be? Vault is a dead end. If you look up the answers, it's much more. Yeah, I mean, it did. That just struck me as funny. Study is a dead end. Utility closet is a dead end. I mean, and I could look up these actual, like, descriptions. Like this, it considers it to be a dead end. But it had quotes around it because it may not end up being a dead end depending upon where you put it or when it gets opened. So, but the problem with even doing the classroom test is I got to get a 9th classroom to show up. And the most I've ever done is 8. So bunk bedroom counts as 2. Yep. And outer room counts 2. But you don't need to enter them. You just do it. And if you get 20 dead ends, then all of a sudden, hey, you win. Here's your trophy. At least that would get me 8. And then I could get the blue tents thing. So having blue would be decent, I think. Bedrooms, 6 of those are dead ends. And you get steps that way too. Not hallways. All of them have the possibility of moving on. So, and green rooms other than morning room and greenhouse and terrace. Shops. Those all except laundry room. So, and locksmith. Red rooms, furnace, and who wants that's like suffering? Then those are just that. So I'm wondering, maybe the right thing is to pick or like if I take Banner of the King, are more likely to be drawn. Maybe getting bedroom might be a good thing. I don't know. Let's try it. Last stream. Why not? Let's go on the advice of chat. I'm going to put my plate here. Yeah, remember to bring that upstairs, though. And let it sit down here. I once, when I was a kid, I had a glass of milk in my room. And I didn't realize it. And you'd think would have picked it up because of the smell. But maybe I just smelled really bad as a kid. I don't know. But I accidentally left it in there for like a while. And it started like curdling. It started getting really bad. And I just didn't notice it. And then one day I walked upstairs and I had a glass of milk in my bedroom. I put it down. I think I put it next to the other glass and I didn't realize it. I went to do something. I came back. I grabbed the other glass and I started drinking from it. I almost vomited because I was like, what was this? Then I learned a very good lesson. Keep your house and keep your room clean and make sure to put plates and stuff away as soon as you're done using them because bad shit happens. Well, sometimes, pain and misery can be a good teacher. So it's not a nice teacher. It's not one I would necessarily want to go through myself, but they can sometimes teach you, hey, don't do that. All right, I'm just going to try this. Why not? Why not? I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Well, I already picked Schoolhouse. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. We ball. Look, right there, we got one. I did that as a 2K, yeah. Oops. I think I was babbling about this before, but I found a picture of me. See, that's the thing. I could do this right away, but the problem is that now I'm making it much harder to, obviously get around and do stuff. I'll take bedroom. But I found some pictures of me as a kid in a band and when I was 15. And it was just hilarious. And I thought about it last night and I'm like, oh my God, that was 40 years ago. Like, yeesh. It's just, that's too old. I know. Old is a state of mind. Yeah, it's also your age. Hello. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Okay, dormitory would give me another dead end, so fine. Anything in here of interest? Oh, the shoes. Yeah. Well, can't do nursery because that would screw us up. Oh, pick up the key, damn it. Well, I can't pick closet because I need to be able to continue, so. I get a lot of keys this way, but... And the run is done. All right. Well, that didn't work. I know putting bunk room there was probably not a good idea. Like trying to get them off to the side more would probably be, you know what? Let's just try it again. Let's see if we can, you know. Not get the bedrooms right away, but try to push them off to the side. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is a dead end, so. Nope, not that. So that's one. Okay, don't pick it yet. We'll do spare bedroom. We'll get some food. We can do this one because it still snakes around. That gives us another option. And we'll do hallway there. Okay. So drafting with less stupid. Nice, nice, nice. Bedroom closet is also a... And we get 2 extra items. We might as well do that because it is a dead end. Okay, so now we have 2. Let's go down this way first. Do dormitory. Ooh, a map, yippee. Okay. Anything else? Nope. All right. Can't do nursery, that's for sure. And we can't do the bedroom either. The conference room would be the only thing. Commissary would be nice because then we could buy stuff. Let's do that. And then let's come back here and get our stuff. So that's the other thing. I noticed that the record player is playing. I didn't notice that right away. And one time I was walking by and I'm like, hey, it's... Well, shite. We have to, I don't want to pick Maid's Chamber because that sucks. I'll do pantry. Could have done bedroom, I guess. Really don't have a choice there. Um, okay. Any things to dig? Nope. Alrighty. Thing is, we gotta make dead ends. I mean, it's hard. I can see where this is hard. Oh, just what I didn't want is a thing for the key card. Oh, God. Huh. Well, we could do attic. It might have a key card up there. And then we can go through corridor and hope. Oh, you're still beeping. Wait. Holy shit, you can get back here? I never even tried. And I know there's a note there. There's another key. Interesting. I had never even tried to go back there. Huh. Okay, what did that note say? Anything even remotely important? Probably not. Well, this is the thing that you see down in that area. I forget what you call it. I'll take a screenshot of that. Like if I go back here. Where was that? That was down here somewhere. Yeah, here. Delete it. A. Well, now it's got this, like, what the hell? What does that all mean? Can I break you? Well, obviously I can't because I have the hammer. I also need the power hammer. For a second, I'm like, maybe that's the vase I need to break to get the other computer part. That's the other thing, too, is I just want to look that stuff up, too, because I'm like, where is the third computer part? Is that really hard to get? You know, I don't know. Well, really? Really? It's on the other side, okay. Well, we could do bunk. We only have 4 right now, 5. So we're kind of hurting in that department. Okay, where does this go? Cloister, no, because that usually gives you too many doors that have security on it, and we don't need the gems, that's for sure. Pick that up anyway. Do pool hall because maybe I can get a... Oh, God. Only if desperate times call for desperate measures. Man, this one's tough. This one's tough to do, at least with the strategy I have in place, because it's really not working out well. See, now I could do that one. And now I could stick one that way. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not a dead end. So, and this just opens up that, which fine, whatever. I guess room 46 would be a dead end too, right? My God, this is getting... I just gotta pick that. There's no way I'm getting this. There's no way. I'm going to look at every crack and corner to be like, is there something there that I missed and I didn't see before? You really want that Great Hall, don't you? I mean, I got the keys for it. Just surprised it's coming up so much. It's a dead end, I think. Is it? Yeah, quote-unquote dead end. So long as I don't send power here. Okay. Yay, I got my food. Yippee. Anything over here? I don't know. Now that I found that one little place that I didn't know I could go behind, now I want to look at everything and say, did I miss something somewhere? I've never even noticed that dragon stood there. I noticed that star. I hate that fucking star. Thing is evil. Well, we could get to room 46 if we really need to. Could go down and well, I don't want to flip since we're probably going to come back up this way, we can do that. Okay, how many dead ends do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think, well, 10, because bunk room is 10. But I don't think we could do it anyway. Even if we got an antechamber, there would be not enough to do 20. Man, that's hard. I'm going to just pick this and see what happens. Nope. I was hoping maybe the... do I have a shovel? Yeah, I do. Doesn't matter. I'll dig it up anyway, but... Hello? There you go. I remember when 40 coins would matter. Alright, there's really no point to moving ahead on this run, because we don't have... we don't have the chance of getting 20. Even if we got room 46, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We only got 12. You really almost need to... The strategist needs to make a path up the middle as best you can and then put dead ends in the edges. King power. Yeah, I do have king power right now. It could be more useful if you use it later on in the run. Yeah, that's true too. I could... maybe I'll do one more day. I do have some time. Maybe I'll try that. Just try to go straight up the middle and not pick the king power. Could be more useful if you use it later on in the run. With what? Bedrooms? With pink or violet rooms, whatever this is, or with blue rooms. Because I want to do something that gives you more a propensity to actually getting you... or should I just pick blue right out of the gate? You know? Because blue gives you a lot of rooms, and blue does have a decent amount of dead ends. Bedrooms is good. Yeah, okay. Oh, let's just try it. We'll end up in here. We'll get another star. 150. Bedrooms have like 7 dead ends, right? I think so. Let me check again. This will be the last day, whether it really works or not. But yeah, I mean, I could see where you'd want on the sides. Try to leave those and then try to go up the middle as much as you can, because then you can use the sides as dead ends. I mean, that definitely makes sense from a strategy standpoint. But of course, if you get this, well, I mean, I could do hallway, you know, and then just... I could... Yeah, I know. I was going to show... Bedrooms has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead ends. Six of the 8 rooms are dead ends, and like you said, 1 counts as 2. So, like bunk room. Now I have already 2 out of the gate. And yes, I should go out and make another one because that will automatically count as 3. Secret passage counts as a dead end. Really? Well, dead end, but a small dead end room with an ordinary bookcase. So if you open this, though, is that counting as a dead end because you were able to go past it? So is that really a dead end? You said it counts as a dead end, and I believe you because the description says it, but it has it in quotes. So that makes me feel like, well, like the garage was in quotes as a dead end. So what did that actually mean? I'm going to do Shrine just so I can... Yes, it counts, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I trust you. I trust you. And you know, these I could just look up too, but it's kind of fun to discover this stuff. There was that clue too in the clue book. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. Or something like that. Let's do 10. After you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5. Wow. If you have at least 5 different ranks. This one kind of sucks. Okay. I should have had a count somewhere of all the dead rooms you have. Dead end rooms. So right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could get a 5th one this way. Because the kitchen won't be like... Okay, Heater, if you're still here. A dead end... Like, if I pick kitchen here, that technically dead ends. But it's only because it's going to... The other door is not going to be able to go anywhere. I don't think that counts as a dead end either, right? I'm going to pick dining room anyway, so... It's like, here I get bedroom closet. I might as well do that because it's another dead end. No, that wouldn't count. Yeah, I agree. I concur. Because... Okay, we got to get this... Yeah, we'll take parlor. Did we already take the key? We must have taken the key. Are you another vase that I could break? How easy are these? The other two boxes are true. The other two boxes are blue. Well, that's false. And that's false. So this has to be true. The other two boxes are empty. That's true. So it's got to be this one. Logic. I'm going to pick pantry because we can still go to the right from entrance hall. I'll take security because I want to turn it down anyway. And we can go up from that way. Although, no, let's do this because okay. Getting aquariums would be nice. Actually, what I should have done is... No, never mind. No, that would have been a bad idea. Okay. Well, we don't have a choice. We have to go up Chapel Way. I'm not even keeping track of how much money I have in that thing right now. Speaking of courtyard, there you go. We'll take that. Fuck! Ah, God. Well, we're going to have to go up entrance hall and hope we can make something happen. I mean, classroom, that's not what I'm trying to go for here. I guess maybe at a certain point I should have picked bedroom because I don't know. Garage is a dead end, so. All right, we got to go all the way back down to there. All right, run's done. We can't go anywhere. All right. I think at this point I'm done streaming. So, oh, I got to pick something. Fine. Pick a bedroom just to make myself feel better. I mean, I guess that's... I'm still kind of thinking, though, with the classroom, if there's a strategy that I can employ to get, like... somehow to get that classroom to show up as like unfortunate. It's just the luck of the draft sometimes. I mean, there's only so much you can do to influence it. But anyway, I wanted to leave a little bit of time too, just to talk about the game in general. Like I've said this numerous times, but this will be my last time streaming and talking about this game. It's definitely a fun game. It's got a very interesting aesthetic and look to it. I don't even know how to describe the drawing style, but it's not like kid-like, but it's whatever the style is. I do enjoy it. I think it's one I've seen before, but I like how it works in this game. The game itself I think it's very interesting. But Heater, you can come to other streams. There are, not just coding streams if you don't give a shit about that. But, I'm still going to be playing a lot of other games, and you can both action, and I'm also going to be playing other puzzle games in the future. That's for sure. Talos Principle 2, which I've played before, I do want to stream that as well. I'm going to be doing Seventh Guest and whatever the next game is. I'm not going to say that right now, but there will be other games and things to stream. So that's not going anywhere. I'm still going to do that. But for me, just playing this at this point, like I said at the beginning of the stream, is getting a little monotonous and a little boring. I feel like at this point you have to keep like trying to do something over and over again to make something happen. And I find that it's starting to get to be a grind. I'm also finding that, you need to start a new game to do this, to get this to happen. I've invested like how many hours already into this game, and I don't really have an interest in doing that either, as weird as that may sound. So I think in general with games, I like exploring, I like uncovering mysteries, but I also don't really enjoy grinding something out or having something that is so obtuse and takes so much effort to get something to happen. And I'm like, I don't find an enjoyment in that either. I think that's why I liked Talos Principle 2 and also The Witness, because I felt like even though I didn't solve every puzzle in The Witness, there's a lot of them that I did. And, there's a couple that I know I missed, but they weren't required. And Talos Principle 2, I felt like, I was able to do everything and extra stuff. And to me, that was fun. That was satisfying, but trying to grind out some of the extra stuff in this, I'm not really interested in. I talked to Will about, like, we went out to get coffee a couple weeks ago, and he said there was a couple things that he looked up and said, man, if I did this, he's like, that's insane. He goes, there's no way I would ever be able to do it. So there, if I look at my list of to-dos or things that I've thought of, things that are on my list is, in room 46, there's that map with pins. That's got to be something, but I don't know where. Like, I could sit there and it's going to be like, 8 factorial combinations, and that would be mind-numbing to try to do all that. So I might look that up, but that's got to unlock something. Maybe that is where one of the Sanctum keys is. I don't know. There's a bust missing in there. There's like 4 head pieces, and one of them doesn't have one, and it's just kind of like, well, why? There's a computer room. I have the second chip, but I don't know where the third one is. The classrooms, I need to do the test. And as I mentioned before, I actually think that might, because I've gotten to 8, but I don't know how to get the 9th one to show up, like in a somewhat simplistic way. I need a good strategy somehow to get 8 classrooms. So, or 9, I should say. There's an 8th safe. I don't know where that is. Open all the sanctum doors. I have 6, but then I also have to solve the puzzles in there and the sigils, which I only have done 2. The 1225 for the boudoir, that's not hard, but I just have to make sure as I get to 365 days that I start doing like the pink room, the bedroom from the King Power, so I can try to get boudoir just to see what because I guess you get Christmas presents that day in that room. The den, try to light the candles. I don't know if I had a torch to light the candles in there. So those are just some thoughts that I've had about things I need to do. I should write down, there's got to be a way to get outside the camp, outside the building, because you can see this when you're, like here, that looks like a wall that can break. This, like you see that rotunda over there, and you see all the space over there. When you're in room 46, you can see outside the windows and there's space out there. And I'm just sitting there going, there's got to be a way to get out. There has to be a way to get out. I just don't know how you do it, like this would open up if we had the garage, but interesting enough, I think the garage then puts a fence there, and then you can't get farther that way. Of course, I can't grab the board here either, so, and I've always wondered, like, is this here because this is what drains and gets water in when you're using the pump system? And when you walk through all this and you walk to down here, you're like, does this lead to something? Could you get through into that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I have no clue. So there's a lot of things that I've just wondered about. And, I'm going to do that on my own because, again, it gets to be a grind to, I think, watch it. At this point. So I will be switching to a new game on Saturday. I really enjoy playing this. I really enjoy people that have stopped by because they have an interest in blueprints. I think that's how you sometimes find streamers or people that play games online or whatever, is to look at what they're doing and go, hey, I got an interest in that or whatever. I hope people continue to just keep coming to other games I do or other things I do because I think it's just fun. Like I said, it's fun. It's fun to have conversations and talk with other people while you're playing. But yes, this will be it. And I don't think I'll come back and do like a special blueprint stream. I will probably give updates if I do things to talk about it, but in other game streams, but I don't think I'm going to do another blueprint stream. So with that, I'm going to end the stream. Again, I want to thank everybody who stopped by in any of my streams, blueprints, whatever, in any of my streams. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give a like if you would like to. I would appreciate that as well. Next time I'm going to stream Saturday afternoon, assuming the new game, it gets installed and it loads and everything is running. Hopefully, I have no idea what to expect from this game. That's all I'm going to say. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So, be that. I'll probably also do one on Sunday and probably doing a code stream on Sunday morning as well. But with that, I am going to end the stream. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you in the future.